I give it all that I got will never stop. I give it all, straight to the top, will never stop. I give it all that I have, I let it be, cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. Yeah, all that I got, I give it everything. They lost the plot, they think I'm menacing. They wanna talk, but I ain't settling. Circle is tight, feeling like where the rains. Whole lot of globetrotter, man, they don't know nada. Bro, gotta show something to me and go harder. So proper, nah, not that, we sure gotta. Me, 100 degrees tougher than Booker T. Couldn't agree more, but could it be? I think higher than them all. Truthfully, my pen fire and then some. Apply the addendum. Take this whole thing for ransom. Give it all I got for attention. Not a mention of life well lived, for instance. Give it all.
Battle the kid is white flags. Not on my level where I stand. Got it, I'm shooting a hot hand. Out of the gym, I was locked out. I failed, the kid was a dropout. I changed the game and it's up now. The city, they need me, it's clear now. The people is giving the run flat, never pop your orbit. I keep energy and storage. I see spinning the globe, my fingertip itch. If I could pluck the earthquake hit, look at the wrist, look at your body, I shake it and shift. Big fish in a small pond, Godzilla with a boot on. I step into your lawn, turn skyscrapers into croutons. Hit the button going high speed, need a megaphone to announce me. I move through the pygmies in the top pick, gotta pick fleas. Sit back, better breathe deep. Look around and they looking at me. 10 toes still never defeat. Push button never needed a key. I see they ain't ready for me. Hot boy still 100 degrees. I cross eyes and I dotted the T's. E&D till I leave in peace.
Coming to you live from Alumni Hall at Ohio Dominican University in the battle of the 614 and the battles of the OCC, the Ohio Cardinal Conference and the Ohio Capital Conference, as Mansfield Sr is taking on Big Walnut in a clash that is interregional. Stay with us for the pregame show. I've got Greg Collins with me on color commentary. Stay with us.
Hey, Travis, what's up?
Oh, not much. What's that sound?
Just working on some long overdue improvements here.
Whoa.
Fit for a Hall of Famer. Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report, and it is time for the Mechanics Bank pregame show here at Alumni Hall at Ohio Dominican University. This contest, interconference between the two OCCs, the Ohio Capital Conference and the Ohio Cardinal Conference. I've got Greg Collins with me on color commentary. Greg, how you doing?
Doing great. Really looking forward to today's game.
As am I. Let's go ahead and take a look at our home team spotlight the away team spotlight, starting off with the Mansfield Sr Tygers, and this year 8-3 on the season, 5-1 in the conference. On the 11th, they lost to Lima Sr 61-57, losing to Bishop Hartley 84-52, And then last night against Madison Comprehensive, picking up a victory 68-42, listed as inconclusive as of last night. Taking a look at their stats, though, 45% from the field, 37% from beyond the arc, 58% free throw, 66.8 points per game, 56.7 against, and 1.1 assist to turnover ratio. And taking a look at some of their defensive stats as well. And this is a team that you have several guys that you're familiar with on the squad, correct?
Well, most certainly. Of course, I used to coach at Mansfield Sr., and their head coach, Marquise Sykes, as well as many of his assistants, played for me. So, yeah, I'm aware of them. I have not yet seen them play this year. I'm looking forward to that. But I know they're going to play hard because Marquise Sykes was the type of player. He's a great high school player, had a great career at Morehead State University, Hall of Fame basketball player down there. And, you know, I know the way he coaches is the way those players are going to play, and that's tough nose, not real big, but tough nose and willing to shoot the three if it's there.
And a little bit about this team, taking a look at that player spotlight, and Kiwi Roan is the player spotlight for the Tigers. 16.4 points per game, 9.8 rebounds per game, and 47% from the field. And with a presence like that down low, I mean, you got to feel good as a coach.
Well, it is. And Kiwi is a young man that's had a great career, went over 1,000 points earlier this year. They have moved him to the point, and there is not a stat on that stat sheet that he's not the leader. You talked about field goal percentage, average, free throw percentage, but let's also add rebounding. Let's also add assist. The ball's going to be in his hands most of the time for senior high. I mean, he is a senior. He will distribute, and as you said, he will take it inside. He'll shoot the three. You know, he's only shot, I think, less than 10 this year, but he will shoot it. But he's more comfortable using his body strength, getting to the basket, and either creating for himself or creating for a teammate.
Taking a look at the keys to victory for the Tigers tonight, and a couple of mine here are going to be contending the Eagle physicality. It's something that they're really aggressive. A lot of guys on the football team, on the basketball team as well, guys who are used to playing together, but they kind of have to tone down that physicality at times in applying that suffocating pressure, doing everything they can to force the turnovers against this very gifted Tigers team.
Well, Mansfield so far this year has done a very good job of handling the basketball, handling pressure. And again, they have 5 guys out there where all of them are perimeter players, and you could really call all 5 of them guards. They do handle the basketball quite well. They do shoot the three. When they are shooting the ball well, they are very, very difficult to beat. But they have had some times this year in games and full games where they have not shot the ball extremely well. And, you know, if you have to rely on size, they're really going to struggle with, their bigs of being 6'1", 6'2".
Taking a look at our team spotlight for the Big Walnut Golden Eagles, and suffering a loss yesterday, a close one to Westland. On the 9th, though, suffering a loss to Westerville North, 65-30 on the 14th, winning against Dublin Scioto 56-45. But as said, last night suffering that loss. Some key victories this year against New Albany. They won 53-43, going on to New Albany turf on the 30th, beating Purcell Marion 70-49. And on the 4th, defeating Olentangy 75-50. And this is a team that you have seen before, correct?
Yeah, well, hey, when we had the Big Walnut Olentangy game, and we were expecting a great deal in that game. Olentangy had a good season. They still have a good season going, and I think that game was over at the end of the first quarter. I mean, Big Walnut just came out on fire, offensively, defensively. They pushed the ball in transition. They created some easy buckets, and you have to remind me, Bryce, but I think they had a good 15, 16-point lead at the end of 8 minutes.
They did, yes. So let's take a look at our player spotlight for the evening, and a lot of guys on this team are big contributors, but Eli Stump, the underclassman standout, only a sophomore, son of Coach Aaron Stump's, 12.6 points per game, 4.4 assists per game, and 37% from beyond the arc. And as a freshman, I mean, that's really something impressive at this level of basketball.
Well, it is. It's always a big step up, and I think for both teams tonight, we're going to see some good young players, some sophomores, some juniors. But then again, you're going to have the seniors. You're going to have McCruder for Big Walnut, 6'9". How does a smaller, undersized Mansfield Senior deal with that? When you're Big Walnut, you have to deal with a Kyvie Roan, who does it all for Mansfield Senior, but he's only 6'1". So, you know, a little bit different maybe in styles of these two basketball teams. So which one is going to put their force onto their opponent?
Kind of a unique challenge in McCruder as well, and in terms of archetype and not necessarily a skill comparison, but Braden McCruder is really, he can stretch it out. He's a big guy, he's 6'9", but he really likes to take it to the basket aggressively. He likes to shoot it from beyond the arc and mid-range as well. A really dynamic player.
Well, we saw that Olentangy game early on. He set the tone with a breakaway dunk that was a highlight film dunk, and from that point on, Big Walnut never looked back.
So rounding out our Mechanics Bank pregame show, getting ready for player introductions and the national anthem. So game 2 of the Battle of 614 series, presented by Elevated Sports Events of the Battle Series. On a Saturday afternoon, both teams have shown up. Both teams playing on, what, 14 hours rest?
That also is going to be interesting. You know, both teams having a conference game the night before, so you know that both teams prepared through the week for their conference opponent on Friday night. Senior High able to come out with a big win on what they call the crosstown rival against Mansfield-Madison. Big Walnut not able to come out with the W with Columbus Westland, but you're right. It's a short turnaround. It's not something that I handle very well, but these are young kids. They're a little bit more resilient than I am, that's for sure.
A little bit harder on our bodies, even though we're just sitting on the chair, right?
It'll be interesting here right from the tip. You look at the difference in size. You see McCruder in there at 6'9", and you know, jumping for Mansfield Senior, much smaller.
Nye Petty, 6'2", the senior at center court to tip off. McCruder winning the tip, and we are underway here at Alumni Hall.
And I assume that both teams are going to play man-to-man. That's what I've seen a great deal of. How much pressure Senior High can give is going to be a key for them.
That one they say was deflected and blows the dunk as it's off the back of the rim.
And as we said in the pregame, what a great breakaway dunk. He had another chance, but you know, I don't know if it's possible, but did he get too high on that one?
I think so, yeah. May have slipped out of his hands at the last second.
Mansfield Senior, again, likes to shoot the three. There's a nice pull-up jumper by Brody Hatfield.
Looking to get the basket back quickly. A rejection at the rim from Olin Pollock. Take another look at that one as that one goes out of bounds.
That was good defense, good help recovery there, and said, not today, baby, not today.
Doing
Another player to keep an eye on for Mansfield Senior is number 1, a very highly touted freshman for Mansfield Senior. In most of the publications, he's ranked very high. He's had a great AAU career. He's got a good start to his freshman season, but again, he is only a freshman.
And as a coach, I mean, you see a guy who has that kind of raw skill as a freshman, there can be a lot of pressure on a young guy like that. How do you kind of like manage those situations or manage the expectations of the player?
Well, you're right. That's probably the toughest because there's going to be some ups and there's going to be some downs. How do you handle the downs? And that's the key. Now, fortunately for him, he's got a strong father, good parents, and actually I coached his father. They'll keep him level-headed.
And Pollock converts on the basket, so in the lead 4-0.
And that's a big start for Big Walnut. Get into the paint. Use your strength. You mentioned it. You know, they have good strength. Well, first they score on a pull-up. Now they score going to the rim. Good start for Big Walnut. They get the turnover. They're scoring in the half-court offense. Mansfield Sr is a team that really likes to create some offense from their defense. Here they start off with full court man-to-man and try to give a little bit of pressure. And again, they're not just trying to run clock here defensively. They're trying to cause some turnovers, trying to cause some breakouts on the offensive end.
Inside, Magruder looking for some space.
Both teams playing with 5 out, trying to open up the lane for penetration area.
Stripped out of the hands by Brooks, and the Tigers are on the board for the first time tonight.
Fancy layup by the freshman. Maybe got a little bump there, but able to go in and finish with his right hand.
Magruder at the wing, passes it to Hatfield, and Hatfield in rhythm for the three.
And that was a great good set. He came from a down screen, came around the down screen, got a beautiful pass, and off the pass, he's able to shoot the three.
The top of the key. Looking for a receiver. They find Reed now down into the corner to Petty. Petty with the hard take to the basket, and it's good.
Petty with a nice move, a little runner, jumping off 1 foot and finishing.
Down into the corner, looking for some space. Hatfield will set up the offense. With the jab step, taking it with the right hand, but Stump thought he was fouled. They say that one clean. Taking another look at that one.
It looks like he's just using his strength and taking it to the hoop, but at the last second, a good defensive play, and they get the strip, come up with the loose basketball. And
after a slow first few minutes for the Tigers, now bouncing back nicely with a couple of field goals. So
Kyvie Roan with the basketball now. Again, big, strong young man, but they've moved him to the point. Gets things going with a set. A three-pointer is no good.
Wing shot offline. Now Magruder looking to push the floor. It's poked out. Facing a trap. Pollock with the right hand. A flashy move from him to shake the defender.
And that was a nice move. Just, again, got his shoulders low and took it right to the hoop and protected the ball and scored the layup.
Reed too hard on the three ball. Ball back into the hands of the Golden Eagles.
Nice
Hatfield
pass.
Down low. This one at the right place, right time. It's Drew Harris. He's gotten a big promotion starting out on the junior varsity roster. Only a freshman, but I've seen him in the later minutes of games and finally getting the nod to some really important minutes here in a really important game.
Well, it is. You know, it's a non-league game, so it is important, but it is a non-league game. So, you know, it's valuable to get some quality minutes in here, and it's valuable to show the coaches what you can do during the game. So when it comes back to conference play, which they'll get back into next week, coaches have trust in you.
So a brief timeout called.
Quick timeout called by Mansfield Sr. Coach Sykes doesn't like the way things are going. And, you know, besides the one long three by Hatfield, which was a nice set, everything else has been getting the ball to the paint. And you mentioned it, Big Walnut, some big, strong young men, and they're taking advantage of that. They're, you know, Hatfield with a pull-up jumper, but besides that, just overpowering, getting to the basket and shooting layups.
I think it's so interesting in these interconference games. I mean, you know, when you play within a conference as a team, you kind of adapt to what the needs of the conference is. So you see a lot of like clashes in style in these types of things.
Well, there's a big shot by Carson Scholl, just comes right in off the bench. He comes in shooting. But you're right. You know, when you're playing conference opponents, you're familiar with everybody. You know what to expect. These guys today got together this morning, I'm sure, and that's their only game prep.
Roan with a big steal, now with numbers. He just throws it at the basket. Hot potato for the rebound. Hatfield has it. From the free throw line, the floater. It's very Steph Curry-esque.
It is, and Brody Hatfield is, you know, he impressed me in our first game that we had him in Olentangy, and so far today, he's only a junior.
They gave it to Reed. He had missed several before. They give him the space, and it turned out to be a good decision as they're now back in possession of the rebound with a 12-point lead. Stumpf, everything going right, but not this time. It touches every part of the basket, but doesn't go in. Maybe
a little quick right there. They've had such great success getting to the hoop.
Brooks with the left hand and an air ball.
Tried a little Euro move, but it didn't go. And Big Walnut is off and running, and Scholl with a spot up three and knocks it down.
Scholl hot in previous games that we've seen him on the OH report. Inconsistent shooting, but they knew that he has that kind of automatic trigger. Before, you know, we got to the first game, he was shooting about 45% beyond the arc.
Well, I mean, he just came in off the bench, and I think he came in with a mindset that he was going to show coach that, hey, I need to be back in that starting lineup, guys.
I think there is validity, too, of, you know, maybe not being in the starting lineup, but being able to provide that energy off of the bench.
No question. No question. You find that guy that, you know, can come in and give you a spark, that is so, so valuable.
Well, at times that can be, as a coach, I think even more valuable than maybe like one of your starters is being able to bring in that energy.
Well, you're right. You're right. You know, there are players that just are really elite at that.
And a heads-up play to throw it off of Magruder underneath the basket. Mansfield Sr. will take over with 52.3 remaining here in the first quarter.
Well, there's less than a minute to go, and Senior High needs to get something going. You know, this is eerily similar to their Big Walnut Olentangy game that I was with you. And Big Walnut just got hot early and just pulled away early and never looked back. So far today, they just are playing much harder.
And Roan is whacked trying to go up for the three. Pulls it back on the pump fake. Jake Neff will pick up the foul. Only 2 fouls for either side called in the quarter.
Which is what I like. I think the officials are letting him play, and if there's going to be a hindrance of play, yeah, they're going to call it. But otherwise, we've got some strong young men down there. Let them go.
So underneath the basket is where Brooks will take it out, and he finds Rashad Reed. Swings it over to Pearson.
Big Walnut doing a great job defensively of clogging up the lane. There, Senior High is able to get there, opens up the three, but not able to knock it down.
Nothing falling for him so far tonight as this one's out of bounds.
Well, you mentioned their score against Bishop Hartley. They're getting beat by, 30-some points on Tuesday of this week. So far, it's not been a good week in the Columbus area for the TY Tigers.
Yeah.
"15 seconds left. You assume they're going to go for one final shot.
I think so. Possession arrow in favor of the Tigers. A deep three from Stumpf, and it's way short off the front iron. Scholl can't put it back up in time, so after 1 quarter of play, Big Walnut leading this one handily, 19-6 over the Mansfield Sr. Tigers. Stay with us for second quarter action coming up next.
B?
Hey, Travis, what's up?
Oh, not much. What's that sound?
Just working on some long overdue improvements here.
Whoa.
Fit for a Hall of Famer. Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
Second quarter action here at Alumni Hall of Ohio Dominican University. A battle between the Mansfield Sr Tigers and the Big Walnut Golden Eagles. The Tigers looking to get back in this one, only 6 points in the first quarter.
And they're not getting any second shot opportunities. Big Walnut just doing a great job of limiting one shot each time down. Finally get a run out and an easy basket for the Tigers. A nice look ahead pass.
Magruder, good job contesting, but couldn't line up with the ball. Magruder now trying to take over. No good on the inside look. Roan at the top of the key looking to get something started. Into the corner, and it's good for Johnson.
Devontae Johnson with a much needed three. It was a very nice penetration and pass by Roan, but Johnson, I think that's probably their first three, and looked good from the right corner.
Already with 1 minute away, the Tigers are 1 point away from matching their first quarter total.
Well, Big Walnut continuing to get the ball to the rim, just not able to finish these last three possessions. Senior High maybe with a little bit better job defensively.
On the floor, they pick it up. Reed with no space at all.
Reed's another young man that has the ability to get hot from the three-point line.
Haven't seen it so far tonight, but they give him that nod. We've seen them have the confidence to allow him to continue to shoot that even if it's not falling right now. They believe in him as a shooter.
Things are getting a little stagnant right here. The lane does open up. Again, though, Big Walnut limiting to one shot.
Hatfield into the corner. Scholl.
And a nice job by Hatfield. Penetrated, made Scholl's defender come and help. Kicked it to the hot hand. Scholl with his third three of the night.
And a lot more relaxed, I think, than what we've seen. Gets the ball in his hands, just relaxed in the shoulders, relaxed in the posture, and didn't even think twice about it.
Maybe coming off the bench is a key. You know, it'll be interesting to see. But, boy, when you're a shooter, you have to be relaxed.
And Johnson with a great shot of his own, the floater from about 8 feet.
He's already got 5 this quarter. Nice.
Another look at.
Nice crossover, get to the hoop and get fouled.
Hatfield will go to the line. First free throws that they've shot so far tonight.
I have a feeling at Senior High at the quarter break was talking about we got to limit their dribble penetration, getting to the hoop. It has not happened yet this quarter, but you would think that that's one of the keys defensively for Mansfield Sr. And then also let's get a hand up on Scholl. And offensively, let's get a little bit more ball movement. The ball's been sticking a little bit down at the offensive end, and when the ball sticks, it's easy for the help side defense to be there, and Big Walnut has just clogged the middle. It made it tough for Mansfield to get to the paint, to finish, and especially to offensive rebound.
Working it around the perimeter, looking for some space. Brooks to Johnson. Swinging it over. All tied up. They call a foul. Good job by Andrew Brooks drawing the contact there. One team foul for either side as we're 3 minutes through the second quarter. Screen now thinks about the three-pointer. Ultimately pulls out and will set back up.
That was good defense. Tough shot. Good defense that time by Big Walnut. And again, one shot, find the open man. Scholl knocks it down.
His 4th consecutive three-pointer. We're only 12 minutes through the game.
And he didn't even play the first, 3-4 minutes?
Right. The spark that they needed now coming up with the steal after the errant pass at the feet of Petty. Stump for 3, no good, too hard, and it's out of bounds.
Well, you mentioned about Carson Scholl about confidence, and that's so very true. But I will guarantee you, from just knowing the family, knowing how great of a player his father was, that nobody in this gym, besides maybe his father, has put up more shots in practice, whether it's at his home gym, whether it's in the Big Walnut gym, whether it's with a shoot away, but nobody has put up more shots. So, it's going to be easier for a young man like that to get his confidence back if he just feels a couple going in, and right now he's had 4 of them go in.
And easier said than done, but you talk to the shooters who can really shoot the ball well and consistently, and they describe it as like turning their brain off. It's like a flow state almost, and that's, a tough task to ask of a young player.
Well, good shooters really have to have a short memory. Here's Scholl off a dribble. Now, that time at least they made him put the ball on the floor, which lowers everybody's percentage some more than others. But that time they were at least able to make him put the ball on the floor before he yanked up the 3. But you could see that he has confidence because he was willing to shoot the 3.
Yeah. And I think that one, a little bit of a heat check, right? Made his 4th consecutive one, thought how hot can I actually get, and basketball decided not that hot.
But back to, you talk
Petty
about mentality of a three-point shooter. A mentality of a three-point shooter is if you miss, there's probably something wrong with the ball, or there was a wind. Somebody opened up the door. But you have to have that positive thinking that when you shoot it, that baby is going in.
So they end up calling the foul on the Tigers. I thought maybe there was an elbow, but crowding the ball handler was ultimately the call. Now at the top of the key, Reed for 3.
Penetration
and he gets this one.
And here's another good shooter. We said Rashad Reed. His father was an outstanding three-point shooter. He's a very good three-point shooter. And right away, Big Walnut with a little on-ball screen, powering the ball inside.
Owen Pollock with that refined power from 4 feet. Several jab steps at him. Johnson finds Reed. There's a man running the baseline. He'll take it straight up the middle. But they'll say he's fouled. Take another look at that one as
might have got him a little bit on the arm, but either way, it bails out. It was Rashad Reed, I believe, that's at the line, and I got to go back to his young man. His father played for me in Mansfield Sr. Went on to have a great career at Indiana State. Great bloodlines.
Carson Scholl checking back into the game, took a quick rest, as well as Roan.
Well, he did miss his last 3, so you got to pull him out for a little bit.
Yeah.
He's only, 4 for 5?
Right.
2 big misses at the free throw line. When you're behind, the free throw line is going to be your friend. Clock stop, get some easy points.
Stumpf has been cold, but this one off the backboard and in.
Now, I don't know. Did he call that? I didn't hear it up here.
I don't think so. I don't think he had enough time with the ball in his hands.
He might not have. Yeah, he just caught and shot it. But either way, it counts as 3.
Flashing up is Petty with the screen. A deep 3-ball from Kalen Brooks is offline. Hatfield is fouled hard in the pursuit of the ball.
Yeah, I have a feeling with Kalen Brooks there, he just not having the success, maybe a little bit of frustration. And, you know, he was open, but as you said, there's a reason he was open. He was deep. He was downtown, closer to Mansfield than he was Columbus.
Almost on those volleyball lines. Hatfield at the free throw line is harassed, but finds Stumpf. Now on the putback, Magruder can't finish the dunk.
Again, they overpowered Senior High, got to the paint, but not able to finish.
And a good look inside puts him at the 20-point mark for the Tigers.
Devontae Johnson really having a good quarter for Senior High.
Looking into the corner, Scholl thinks about it. He's been hot from beyond the arc so far, but ends up dishing it out to Pollock. Pollock at the rim. Lets go of it. Magruder trying to get something going. Big Walnut will hold on to it. And I think, you know, Magruder, very gifted player. And when things are going well for him, going really, really well. But I think at times has a tendency to kind of force plays.
Well, you see that with a lot of high school players. And, you know, even though Magruder is only a senior, it's really his first full year of varsity action. So
that is true. That was something that I saw last year. I'd be setting up for games, and we'd watch the JV games, and he'd just throw down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think I counted in one JV game, he threw down 6 dunks, and it was at the point where the players were just getting out of his way.
Kind of sounds like an NBA All-Star game.
Yeah.
But he is a gifted athlete, and he comes from a family of gifted athletes, and you know, he's an example of modern day basketball. 6'9", used to be back in the day where 6'9", your butt would be on the block, and you would have to learn post moves, but not anymore. 6'9", as mobile as he is, handles the ball quite well. Very, very comfortable out on the perimeter. Now he's missed a couple of, you know, as you said, dunk opportunities. One's on transition, the other on a putback. But, you know, he feels comfortable around the basket, but getting to the basket differently than just standing underneath the basket as in the olden days.
Down low, Stumpf is tightly contested, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line to convert the and-one opportunity.
And that was just a great, great call from Coach Stumpf from the from the timeout. They set it up. They have Magruder out on the wing, and they have the mismatch inside that they want. Eli posting up. He had his man pinned, and when he got the ball in there, you were not going to keep him from scoring. Unfortunately, though, for Senior High, they fouled him as well as him scoring the 2. So the old-fashioned 3.
3-point play is good. Now looking to get it back. Reed sends it out. Roan has been quiet tonight, dishes it out to Brooks.
Big Walnut, again, just doing a great job of clogging up the paint. There's a tough shot by Kalen Brooks over the 6'9", Braden Magruder. But everything that Senior High is scoring is tough.
15 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, and Brody Hatfield, electric from beyond the arc.
Why wait for the last shot?
Yeah.
I got an open 3. Let's knock it down, and let's go for the juggler.
Petty fakes a 3-pointer. He's rejected at the rim, but they're going to call a foul at the last second. We'll take another look at that one. A little bit of contact. I think it could have gone either way, but as the clock expires, both sides will pull their players to the bench. First free throw, no good. Big Walnut crowd feeling like they got their redemption on that one. The second one is good. So after 16 15 minutes of play. Big Walnut leading this one by 15 here in the battle of the 614 showcase. Stay with us for the halftime show coming up next.
Coach B.
Hey, Travis, what's up?
Oh, not much. What's that sound?
Just working on some long overdue improvements here.
Whoa.
Fit for a Hall of Famer. Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
think it's time to wake 'em up. They've been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, you know we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can't move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. Time to go hard and put your game face on. Ruthless, ruthless. This is the moment movies get based on. This is the moment movies get based on. Fire in the bones, watch me fire up the songs. Let it burn 'em, burn 'em, burn 'em. Got the fire in the bones. Our desires, they become who we are. We go hard, giving up, no we're not. Yeah, the
Bryce Coder with the OH Report here with the Mechanics Bank halftime show. And after 2 quarters of play, the Golden Eagles leading this one 38-23 against the Mansfield Sr Tigers. Go ahead and take a look at our halftime stats here. And for the Tigers, 8 for 16 from the field, 2 for 3 from beyond the arc, 11 rebounds, 3 turnovers, 3 fouls, and 1 for 4 from the free throw line. For Big Walnut, they're 7 for 14 from the field, 7 from 11 from beyond the arc, 16 rebounds, 3 turnovers, 6 fouls, and perfect at the free throw line, 3 for 3. And that kind of has been the story of this game, is Big Walnut shooting the ball really well.
Well, you look at inside the arc, and it's an even game. But you got to count all of them. And outside the arc, 7 of 11. Scholl being 4 of 5. Obviously, he's a big part of that. But as a team, Big Walnut just shooting extremely, extremely well. And then you add to that they're able to lower their shoulder and get the ball to the paint, get the ball to the basket, and finish. You know, their offense has been just outstanding, scoring 38 points here in the first half. You look at Mansfield Sr., they've only gotten 2 offensive rebounds, so it's really one and done each time down the court. And Big Walnut has played really sound defense in the half court, limiting them to one shot, but also limiting them to a contested shot more often than not.
We'll see if the halftime adjustments in the locker room will take effect. It looked like in the beginning of the second quarter, Mansfield Sr. starting to get back into it. They made it a single possession game, but at the end of it, just getting away from them.
And Devontae Johnson, I thought, was a big part of that. He had a heck of a quarter. He knocked down an early 3, had a couple of nice drives to the basket. So, you know, get him hot. But we still haven't seen a lot from Kyvie Roan yet. Here's solid defense this time down by the Tigers, forcing a tough shot.
Some contact down low. I think it was between 2 Golden Eagles. I'm not sure, though. And Reed looking to heat up. He was cold in the first half, but only taking 30 seconds to get on the board here in the second half.
And again, it was all because of Roan dribble penetration and finding Reed in the corner.
And they call an offensive foul, so wave that one off.
Well, this is what you'll see in high school basketball, a charge inside the semicircle. In college, that would have been defensive foul, automatic being inside the semicircle. But here, Senior High gets a call, and now they have a chance to cut into the lead again. They're trying to spread the court, but you see Big Walnut really doing a good job of keeping their players back. You know, hey, we have the lead. You're going to have to come to us, and when you come to us, you're going to have to come to us man-to-man with help.
And another three-pointer, this time from Kalen Brooks, and the game is within 10.
And a quick timeout by Coach Stumpf.
Another look at that one, online and in rhythm.
You're right, that was online and in rhythm, and it really wasn't from dribble penetration. It's just that again, Big Walnut was doing such a great job in the first half of congesting the lane that they were too far away from the shooter that time. And when they closed out, it was closing out a little bit late. Senior High hits their second three of the third quarter, which equals how many threes they had the entire first half.
Take a second to thank our sponsors who support our live and free coverage through the timeout. BKD Legal LLC attorney Brian Duncan is dedicated to providing you assistance in language that you can understand. Call 740-965-1348. That's 740-965-1348 to schedule a free consultation. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank, North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. Monarch Title Services, if you're selling or refinancing your real estate, you get to choose a title company. Why not support those who support the Trojan to close with confidence anytime, anywhere? And Sunbury Christian Church. It's about relationship, not religion. Now,
after a timeout in the first half, Big Walnut did a great job of coming out and converting. This time, nice set, but Senior High does a little bit of trapping, and Big Walnut just not able to finish at the paint.
Packing it in up top, running a zone. A deep three, and it's good.
Yeah, that's the freshman, and he's not short of having confidence himself, but boy, that was downtown.
From the logo. Stump from inside the three-point arc. Offensive rebound to Pollock. He's fouled and will go to the line for two.
Great hustle by Pollock, not only coming up with the loose basketball, but with hands all over him, is able to get the ball up. Almost a chance for an and one, but he is going to have a chance to go to the free throw line and stop this run of Senior High.
5:47 remaining. The first free throw is up and it's off. Their first missed free throw of the night. Both teams with one team foul.
Well, as you said in the first half, there weren't a lot of fouls called, and Senior High playing much more aggressively this third quarter. We'll see if that results in some more fouls.
Gets the second, so we'll split the two. Roan into the corner to Reed. Reed tries a three. This one too hard. But underneath, it's Brooks, and it's good for two. A crafty play from him.
Kalen Brooks just went up and took the ball away from Big Walnut and laid it back up and in to continue their run.
Magruder with a tough shot, trying to float it in, but it's off the back iron. Brooks tries one more time from the logo, and it's good! Separated by only 2 points, it's a one-possession game.
Well, it all started with good defense down at the one end and forcing a tough shot. And then Brooks does what he can do, knocking down a big three.
Hatfield is fouled and will go to the line for two, one of the more consistent free throw shooters in the conference.
And I think that's a smart move. When you have a run going against you, you want to try to get something going towards the hoop. And that's a strong move right there by Hatfield to get in the paint and get fouled and go to the free throw line.
Magruder appears to be lightly limping. They check in Drew Harris for him.
Well, there was the last time when he went in to the paint, there was a lot of contact in there. There was a lot of bodies around there. So I wouldn't surprise me if he didn't turn his ankle a little bit.
So 4-point lead now for the Golden Eagles. Tigers taking the ball up the floor. Recovered nicely here in the third quarter. We're trailing by 15 at the half. Hatfield with the big steal. He's off to the races. Roan behind him, and it rolls all around. Won't go into the basket, though. Rebound goes to Reed.
They do have numbers.
From the other logo, this time too short. Offensive rebound. Roan takes it up to the basket, decides to dish it out with the jab step to the basket. The underhanded look, no good. Rebound to the Golden Eagles, facing a trap up the court. Now they've got numbers. Scholl for three, and
Yeah.
it's good.
Smart move by Eli Stump. He had the open shot, but he waited for Scholl to get his feet set for a better shot. Nice, smart move. Stump to Scholl.
Going back and forth halfway through the third quarter now. Thinking about the three ball, decides out of it. Brooks Jr. dishes it out. Now Kalen Brooks dicing up the defender, using his arm to kind of push off a little bit there, no call.
You can see Senior High getting a little bit better ball movement than they did in the first half.
They almost had a steal, but it ended up into the hands of a Tiger. Unlucky for them, but the Tigers can't get the three ball to put them within four. Now Brody Hatfield will try it. Too much mustard on that one. Scholl passes out of the shot, and it's rejected down low by Roan. Possession will stay with the Golden Eagles. Another look at that possession. Just clearing it out. They'll take a break. Whole host of substitutions coming in for both sides. They will check out Kalen Brooks.
And this is going to be a game where you're going to have to play a few players. This quarter has been up and down, and you know, it's been fun to watch, but it's got to be taxing on the players out there.
Hatfield all the way up at the half-court line where he's guarded, makes a tough play at the basket. I think those shots are deceptively hard for viewers to understand. That takes a lot of strength to take it up underhanded, as there's an and one underneath the basket.
Nice defensive play there. Step in and take a charge, Senior High.
Oh, it was a charge.
Mansfield Senior did have numbers right there going towards the hoop, going north and south. But Big Walnut able to step in and take the defensive charge.
I'll tell you, the teardrop gets me every time. Using the screen, Recruiter flashes low. They're running a weave around the perimeter. Recruiter tries a three ball and has been cold so far this game. Scholl has been hot though, and it rims out. Scholl, a great hustle play to get back in possession of the ball. Now looking for an option as he's closely guarded. And they'll call a timeout, rewarding the hustle play.
That was great hustle. Big Walnut getting multiple looks at the basket this possession. And they still have the possession, calling a timeout.
Now look at the points scored this quarter. 14-6 in favor of Mansfield Sr.
Yeah, that's one thing the three-point shot will do for you is if you can hit them, it'll get you back into a game. But if you can't hit them, it gets you back out of a game real quick.
A back and forth battle here. Words being had by both sides. For the Tigers, Marquis Sykes, and the Golden Eagles, the all-time Golden Eagle leading scorer, Aaron Stumpf.
Well, I think if you're Mansfield Senior, what you're hoping is by knocking down these threes, that brings Big Walnut's defense out of the paint a little bit more, out a little closer to each offensive player, even if they don't have the basketball, which maybe will open up the lane for some driving penetration opportunities. If you're Big Walnut, what you're hoping is that, well, number one, that Senior High gets a little bit cold. Again, they have shot the ball well at times, and at times they have not shot the ball well. And if you're Big Walnut, just keep pounding the ball inside. Keep pounding. Your strength has been dominant tonight. Keep getting the basketball to the hoop.
Looks like they're running 2 levels horizontal and looking for an option. The low motion finds Brody Hatfield. They'll slow it down with the lead. They can really hold for a good shot under 2 minutes here in the third quarter.
Tough shot. Pull-up jumper from about 15 feet. Tough shot. Big shot for Big Walnut. I think that's the shot that Mansfield Senior would like to force, but that's 2 or 3 of those for Hatfield today.
Yeah, I think that It's one of those as a coach where if it doesn't go in, you're a little frustrated, but when it does go in, you're like, meh, it went in.
Yeah, hey. You don't see a lot of shots inside the three-point line, outside the paint anymore in high school basketball or in any level basketball.
Reach-in call is fouled against Reed.
Let me ask you, when was the last time you saw an ESPN highlight of a shot from 15 feet?
It's a good question. It's a good question.
It's either at the paint, at the rim, or it's outside the three.
Or it's a buzzer beater.
Exactly.
So a fourth team foul for Mansfield Sr. Any additional ones will send the Golden Eagles to the line for 2. Stumpf in rhythm. Has been cold tonight. The cold streak will continue. Now up the floor. What a great shot there inside for Petty. A 5-point differential between the two teams.
And there's a saying in basketball that a long shot's going to be a long rebound, and that was a long three-point attempt by Big Walnut, which started transition for Mansfield Sr., and they're able to get out and get a layup.
Stumpf again offline. 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Down low, almost coming up with the steal is Scholl. Kalen Brooks trapped, and they say he steps on the sideline. Brooks wants a foul along that sideline, but they're not going to give it to him this time.
Well, they got stuck with 2 offensive players down in the corner, and that's a recipe for failure right there. Not able to get the basketball out of the corner. And Big Walnut now with 21 seconds. I would think they're going to go for the last shot. You certainly don't want to give Senior High any more momentum going into the fourth quarter. And if you can get momentum here, that would be big.
Kruder taking the ball up the floor, crosses midcourt, 15 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
As you said, they're in the 1-on-1.
Eli Stumpf, this time it's good, giving him the green light after 3 consecutive missed three-pointers in the quarter. And they call a travel. That one going to be controversial as Hatfield really wrapped him up from behind. But all the same, 3 quarters of play are in the books, and Big Walnut's leading this one 49-41, getting a little bit more interesting. Stay with us for fourth quarter action coming up next.
Coach B.
Hey, Travis, what's up?
Oh, not much. What's that sound?
Just working on some long overdue improvements here.
Whoa.
Fit for a Hall of Famer. Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report here for fourth quarter action at Alumni Hall. The Big Walnut Golden Eagles leading this one 49-41.
Big finish for Big Walnut there. Stumpf hitting that long 3. Gets a little bit of momentum back for the Big Walnut Eagles. See if Senior High can get back on track here.
Petty too short. Offensive rebound goes to the Golden Eagles. Or defensive rebound, rather. Flashes up to the top. Pollock fakes the handoff, finds Hatfield. Looking for a screen from Magruder. He gets it. Looking down low on the back door, and Magruder inside, and he's going to pick up the foul as well.
And it was a nice little play, a two-man game up front and a roll, and they look right away to the roll man Magruder, and they throw it up to him, and he gets a chance for the three-point play.
An opportunity to make this an 11-point game.
I think we got down to, what, 5 point maybe?
Yeah.
5 points at one time, and Big Walnut has been able to respond.
An opportunity to convert the three-point play is good.
Big Walnut comes out with a little half-court pressure, a little zone trapping.
Really forcing it high up the floor. Do you think that's a reaction to the three-pointers that they faced in the last quarter?
Well, it very well could be. Here's a nice mid-range pull-up. Yeah, it very well could be. Again, trying to clog up the middle and get out on shooters, so they go with the half-court trap back to half-court zone.
Making Stumpf earn every inch of the floor. He takes it coast to coast all the same, gets his own rebound and puts it back in from 3 feet.
And yeah, exactly right. He just did it all himself that time.
Into the corner now. The pass, some good ball movement as they move it around the perimeter. The skip pass into the corner once again. Pollock guarding straight up. Tyrone, now to Reed. Left all alone, and it's good.
Well, they finally got ball reversal that time and made a 2-on-1 offense on defense on the right side. And, you know, the defender had to guard one person and left Reed open, and Reed knocks down the three.
Reed showing some good defense on the other end as well. Now Stumpf has not been very hot so far. Made one three-pointer and just had the putback field goal, but is still searching for some heat. They call a foul on the approach.
Andrew Brooks with a nice drive and gets fouled there at the end. Chance to go to the line to cut into the deficit with the clock stopped.
He'll get 2 opportunities at the line. With that, the deficit is cut to 7.
Now, you mentioned at the beginning of the game that senior high averages just under 70 points a game. They're not going to get there today because Big Walnut's done a great job of limiting transition, limiting easy baskets.
Game plan going exactly to plan. And so what's that kind of look like in the week or two leading up to practice when you know you have back-to-back games, you have no time in between games to prepare for them? How do you kind of work in looks for both teams?
Well, I have a feeling, and knowing Coach Sykes that at Mansfield, and I would think Big Walnut is going to be the same way, they're not going to worry about today's game until today because it's a non-league game.
Right.
Last night was the more important game of the week, being a conference game, so they spent their time there. Now, if this was a big rival, maybe they would take early in the week, take a day and prepare a little bit, but these aren't rivals. I don't know if these teams have ever played.
Now dishing it out, falling away from it, and it's good for
Good block by Scholl.
Hatfield with the left hand gets the friendly roll.
Just put his head down. He was stopped by going to his left, so he just came back right, then stopped there, so he came back left and scored.
Working it around, Reed with the ball in his hands. Has been red hot this second half. They dish it out this time to Brooks, and Brooks successful on the 3 ball.
And it's back down to a 5-point game. Now it's which team is going to get the stops.
Almost at the halfway mark here in the fourth quarter. Hatfield heating up once again.
And that was a beautiful move. It looked like he was going to pass to the left. Instead, he just pulls up for the runner.
Into the corner, moving it around. The other corner has space, flying into the basket, uncontrolled though, missed the basket. Moving up the floor, he's fouled. Reed not happy about that one. I do think that's the right call.
Yeah, it was just good solid defense. Big Walnut kind of scrambling on defense, and good defense, and again, limit to one shot. Big Walnut picks up the foul, and
so a timeout called by Mansfield Sr. We'll have a few remaining here. Take a second one more time to thank our sponsors who support our live and free coverage right here on the OH Report. BKD Legal LLC, attorney Brian Duncan is dedicated to providing you assistance in language that you can understand. Call 740-965-1348. That's 740-965-1348. Schedule a free consultation. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank, North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. Monarch Title Services. If you're selling or refinancing your real estate, you get to choose the title company. Why not support those who support the Trojans? Close with confidence anytime, anywhere. And Sunbury Christian Church. It's about relationship, not religion. So concluding that timeout, and Mansfield Sr. with the run they've got to be feeling at least a little bit good and a little bit inspired for the last 3.5 minutes, you'd think.
well, they really had a heck of a third quarter, obviously, and they cut into the lead. They're finding it difficult to cut into the lead anymore. And again, I go back to the end of the third period, and the three-point shot was at Stump or Hatfield. With about 5-6 seconds left.
Yeah.
That was a dagger. That took the lead back up to from 5 to 8, and gave them a little bit more momentum, a little bit more confidence. And here in the first 4.5 minutes of this quarter, Senior High is just not able to cut back into it, which you got to give the credit to Big Walnut for that.
That one poked out of bounds, so Tigers will take over.
Yeah, I think Coach Stump thought, like I did, one of his players was being held inside. It's tough enough to play the game when you're not being held.
Yeah. I think that can commonly be misunderstood with basketball, although it's not a full contact sport like football where you're tackling people. There is a lot of physicality, and it's a really physically demanding sport too.
Well, and it's certainly become more and more physical over the years as young men are becoming, young women are just becoming bigger and stronger and, so athletic. It's nice move. Again, Senior High is able to get the lead down to, or the deficit to 5, but Big Walnut responds in a big way.
Of note, both teams have 2 team fouls. Kaylin Brooks, not good this time, but they get the offensive rebound. That one almost ends up in the basket off of a deflection, but off the backboard, it ends up in the hands of the Golden Eagles.
And Coach Sykes wants his players to move up now with just at 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes left. You're going to have to start pressuring. You're going to have to start gambling a little bit. Scholl with a long 3. No good, and Senior High is off. And again, Big Walnut does a good job of getting back defensively.
Now Johnson from 15 feet. Up the floor. Good hustle by Stump as he goes tumbling to the floor. Johnson to Roan. Now back out to Pearson. Sorry, Andrew Brooks Jr. with the 3 ball that time. So 1 minute, 40 seconds remaining in a 4-point differential.
Yeah, and I think the closest until that shot has been 5. So they do have it down to 4. They have it down to a couple of possessions. 1 minute 40 to go. It just seems like each time Senior High has been able to get it down to, 5, 6, 7 here in the last 4 or 5 minutes, Big Walnut has come up with a big answer. Now out of the timeout here, it's going to be interesting. Does Mansfield Sr. go to a little bit of trapping? It's too early to intentionally foul, but hey, it's not too early to be aggressive, overly aggressive, and if you foul, you foul. Does Big Walnut come out with a special? You know, they've had some success today coming out of timeouts, running, whether it's a ball screen, pounding it inside, whatever it might be, they've had some success coming out of timeouts.
We'll see if they can keep that spark alive now. They leave Carson Scholl on the floor, who's been responsible for a lot of the energy tonight. Stumpf, a long road ahead of him to midcourt.
Senior High stays with their man-to-man, trying to give pressure. And there's a good foul. You know, you're trying to get the reach, you're trying to get the steal. If you get a foul, you get a foul. That's only 3 team fouls. They're still 2 away from putting them at the free throw line, where Big Walnut is a good free throw shooting team.
Stumpf with space to the basket, takes it in hard, and what a good shot inside. The opposition wants to travel, not this time.
And again, they come up with a big answer.
Brooks Jr. Tyrone. Jameer Pearson.
Nice pull up. Another
Petty.
quick timeout by Senior High. So now it's down to 4 points again, but now there's only a little bit over a minute to go. So if you're Mansfield Senior, you're going to have to be a little bit overly aggressive. If you foul, you foul. I don't know if Mansfield Senior does a lot of trapping. I saw some in the first half in the half court, but if they do some trapping, this might be the time to do it. If you're Big Walnut, you're Coach Stumpf, you're telling the guys, listen, they're going to come after you. Let them make the mistake. You don't have to force the issue. That doesn't mean we're not going to take advantage of any issues, but we don't have to force it. They're going to come after you, and if that means, you know, the open man is the next pass away, or, you know, let's hit him with a pass and let's get the ball to the hole.
And if Big Walnut does get back into possession, do you think the pressure is sufficient, or are they going to have to start thinking about fouling with 1:01 left?
Well, I don't think Senior High's pressure has been very good so far.
Right.
Not where it has to be. You know, I think going into this last minute, Big Walnut has tried to stay aggressive, tried to get the basketball to the paint. I don't know if they're really going to have to try to do that now. They're going to wait for Senior High to make a mistake and then take advantage. So I think Senior High is going to have to up their pressure or foul.
So inbounding it to Magruder, they give it right back to Stumpf, who almost turns it over. He would have had open space up the floor. Now Stumpf rolls it off the side of the rim, and it's no good. 50 seconds remaining, 62-58 in favor of Big Walnut. The 3 ball is no good from Reed.
They had what they wanted. Good look, just not able to knock it down.
Hatfield, trouble in the backcourt, but gets across, and they finally do foul him.
That's a good player to have the ball in his hands. He does a good decision maker and also a good ball handler. That's why I think if you're Senior High, you're going to have to start running a couple of players at Hatfield, or even Stumpf when he gets it. And again, as you mentioned, they might have to start fouling right now.
I don't know what the stoppage in play is for. It looks like it
Must
is
have been
a
a
foul
hold.
off the ball, yeah. So Scholl goes to the line for a couple of free throws. I guess you don't have to foul the ball handler, but you think you'd want a shot at the steal. Scholl no good on the first. He has 17 on the night.
I think he's too close. You know, he's got to move back to the, top of the circle, close to the three-point
Yeah.
line.
It's an uncharted territory.
Still a two-possession game. If you're Mansfield Senior, yeah, if you can get an open three, let's take it. But if not, you're going to have to score. Get to the basket.
Roan will be fouled, taking it up the floor.
They have fouls to give. I don't know if you want to give one that early, that far down the court, but they still have another foul to give before you put Senior High at the free throw line.
.7 remaining in the fourth quarter. Big Walnut with the 5-point lead over the Mansfield Senior Tigers. Reed with space. Shooting over the top and able to get the floater to go. It looked like Brody Hatfield may have been trying to intentionally foul. The timeout called by Big Walnut as Hatfield was trapped in the corner.
Exactly. That was a good timeout by Coach Stumpf. His man was trapped. I think this might be the first time in the full court that Senior High is trapped and, had nowhere to go. Here we see the runner, good runner, score, and a quick timeout, or a good timeout by Big Walnut to set up an inbounds play.
16.4 remaining in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game. The game has been separated by as many as 15, which is where we left it at the half.
Yeah, it's a game that from the get-go, Mansfield Senior has never had the lead. They don't know what that's like. Big Walnut doesn't know what it's like to be behind.
Be sure to stay with us at the conclusion of this game as we bring you the MVP interview and the post-game show. MVP interview presented by North Central State College. Post-game show presented by Mechanics Bank.
Well, it'll be interesting what they do with the full court pressure. Big Walnut's going to try to keep the ball away from getting the ball deep in their own corner where they can get trapped. They still have timeout left, but still you don't want to get the ball in your own corner. But do they release somebody deep? Do they try to throw a baseball pass? Senior High seems to be playing behind, so that probably isn't going to be there. But first and foremost, get the ball inbounds.
And they throw it away. Brooks steps on the sideline, they say, so it's a turnover.
Yeah, good things happen and bad things happen. Good defensive play, good steal.
Sounds like basketball giveth and basketball taketh away.
Exactly, all in one possession.
And he's fouled, so going to the free throw line will be Scholl.
He made one of his last two, and right here, he'd just be thankful to make one. Send it back to a two-possession game.
9.6 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. What looked like was going to be a runaway game is now a nail-biter here at Alumni Hall of Ohio Dominican University. Scholl misses the first.
Well, whoever would have thought early on that Senior High would have the ball with a chance to tie.
Yeah.
But they did have that opportunity, and they might still.
Misses the second. Recruiter has the ball. They got to foul him, and they finally do.
Big offensive rebound by Recruiter. Gives them a chance for another couple of free throws.
Scholl wanted the ball back so bad there. So Recruiter with his own opportunity to make it a two-possession game. And he gets the first.
Now the senior just calmly gets up to the line and knocks it down.
And there's the second. 7.2 remaining in the game.
Good pressure by token pressure by Big Walnut.
Reed tries the three. It's no good, and time expires. Big Walnut, the victors here at Alumni Hall of Ohio Dominican University. 65-60 over the Mansfield Sr. Tigers. Stay with us for the MVP interview and post-game show coming up next.
Hey, Travis, what's up?
Oh, not much. What's that sound?
Just working on some long overdue improvements here.
Whoa.
Fit for a Hall of Famer. Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, you know we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they
Bryce Coder with the OH Report, and I am here with the North Central State College MVP player of the game, sophomore Carson Scholl, who had 5 3-pointers in the first half, 18 points on the night. Congratulations, Carson.
Thank you.
So in that first half, you know, really heating up nicely. After your first or second, we could really tell when you were feeling it. When did you kind of realize, oh yeah, I'm hot tonight?
Well, I haven't had a good game shooting all season, so I know it was bound to happen. And as soon as I hit this first 2, I knew I was going to have a good game.
And a tough loss last night against Westland, but having to turn around really quickly. What does that recovery look like for yourself and your team, trying to get in the headspace for a game less than 14 hours later?
It was a lot of our coaching leading us through, like, the disappointment we went through last night, and then also the players coming together and saying, you know, we need to change.
And you're playing a team that you don't necessarily know as well, out of conference. What's that kind of preparation look like in practice? Obviously, you want to take it seriously, but you got conference games as well coming up in the week.
Yeah. Coming into this game, we didn't really know what to expect, except number one, obviously a great shooter. But, I mean, any team we play, we're going to come prepared.
Anything you're excited about for the rest of the season? Anything you're looking forward to? Anything that's going really well?
Definitely Tuesday night, chance to beat Delaware Hayes, which we haven't done in a while. Big game.
Right. Awesome. Carson Scholl, our MVP player of the game. Anybody you want to shout out tonight?
I want to give a shout out to Coach Oki just for being like a great offensive coach, setting me up, and make sure the team does what they're supposed to do.
Awesome. Congratulations, Carson, our MVP player of the game, presented by North Central College.
Coach B.
Hey, Travis, what's up?
Oh, not much. What's that sound?
Just working on some long overdue improvements here.
Whoa.
Fit for a Hall of Famer. Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report here with the Mechanics Bank post-game show, and 4 quarters of play are in the books, and the Golden Eagles picking up a 5-point victory over the Mansfield Sr. Tygers, 65-60. Let's go ahead and take a look at our post-game stats. And for the Mansfield Sr. Tigers, 15 for 29 for field goal range, 9 for 21 from beyond the arc, 29 rebounds, 6 turnovers, 13 fouls, 3 for 6 from the free throw line. Similar stats for the Golden Eagles, 14 for 30 from field goal range, 9 for 22 from three-point, 30 rebounds, 7 turnovers, 12 fouls, but really the difference maker was those free throws. Got to the line 14 times and made 10 of them.
Well, you look at Mansfield Senior, and they shot the ball from the three-point line so much better in the third period, especially. They only made 2 in the first half, and they come out and make a bunch here in the third quarter to draw them closer. But you know, the difference, as you said, is at the free throw line, and you know, when you dig yourself a hole, you're going to have to find a way to climb out. And Senior High had to foul, and though I don't think it was stellar free throw shooting by Big Walnut, they made enough to make a difference. But if you're Senior High, you're looking at that first quarter only scoring 6 points and saying, fellas, it's tough to win when you have a 6-point quarter.
Definitely so. We'll be back tomorrow to the Battle of the 614 for the Westerville North game. Going to go ahead and wrap things up for tonight. Before we do that, I'd like to thank our sponsors one last time. I'd like to thank BKD Legal LLC. Attorney Brian Duncan is dedicated to providing you assistance in language that you can understand. Call 740-965-1348 to schedule a free consultation. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen path. Monarch Title Services. If you're selling or refinancing your real estate, you get to choose the title company. Why not support those who support the Trojan? Close with confidence anytime, anywhere. And Sunbury Christian Church is about relationship, not religion. I'm Bryce Coder, your play-by-play commentator for the evening, also your director-producer. I'd like to thank Greg Collins in the booth with me, doing a fantastic job on color commentary and making his camera debut for the OH Report. Dylan Gonzalez up top. If you're watching at home, please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a great rest of your night.